today on the Tearsheet Podcast.
What we're launching right now is basically the product that will support e-commerce in the browser and offer cashback, and then gives users a possibility to get this cashback into their digital wallet and then use this with the card for further payments online and offline using, like, for instance, Google Pay functionality.
Welcome to the Tearsheet Podcast. I'm Tearsheet Editor-in-Chief, Zack Miller. A few years back, there was a race to embed payments into the browser. It made sense too. Most people who access the web through their computers use a browser to shop and bank. While the noise has since died down, the Opera browser has continued to work on integrating financial services. Opera has 380 million users globally, with 50 million active European users. The firm is launching an app that gives its users cash back on purchases made through partner websites via the Opera browser. Users can also use the new app to open a current account and get a virtual debit card to shop online and off. The firm plans to offer savings, credit, and investment opportunities in the future. Joining me on the podcast today is Krystian Kolondra, EVP Browsers and EEA Fintech at Opera.
Okay, so first of all, hi everyone. I'm Krystian Kolondra, EVP at Opera. Opera is started as a browser company, and we boast more than 380 million users currently, out of which 75 million were added in the last 3 years. We're a growing company, 170 million annual revenue, profitable, and we are using the browser as a platform to kickstart new initiatives and new businesses. One of these businesses is, like, for instance, Opera News, that has already more than 200 million users, part as a service, part as the application. Mm-hmm. And we have also launched several e-commerce or fintech related initiatives in emerging markets.
So that's exactly why we're here today to talk, Krystian, is about those fintech initiatives. Before we actually talk about what you're launching, can we talk about, I guess from your perspective, why a company that develops browser software would want to get into fintech and financial services?
So yes, this is a very good question, and it's if you think about browsers, what people use the browsers for is they use this to fix their online errands. They use this for reading news, banking, connecting with others, but most importantly, for shopping. So the e-commerce is our focus, and integrated e-commerce, especially taking into account privacy, is something that actually aligns really well with some of, let's say, Opera's values or its vision.
Mm-hmm. And so let's, I guess now's a great time to talk about what it is that you're launching. What's the news here?
So we're actually quite happy because this news is about the new brand. This is a brand called Defy, something that is going to cover the e-commerce and the payment activities that we want to build around the browser, but also around the digital financial application, the wallet app. So what we're launching right now is basically the product that will support e-commerce in the browser and offer cashback, and then gives users a possibility to get this cashback into their digital wallet and then use this with the card for further payments online and offline using, like, for instance, Google Pay functionality.
So what could a user do with Defy that they couldn't necessarily do if they weren't using a browser to go shopping?
So this is it's a lot of this is about first of all convenience, mm-hmm. and how simple it is and how secure and privacy oriented that is. So our browser will start coming now with something we call the shopping mode, which means that while you're there, for instance, we limit access of extensions just in a browser to what user is doing while shopping. So many people are not aware, but lots of extensions are trying to scan or use the data, gather data from what we're doing online, and that way they can learn a lot about us. So we want to first of all, like limit this, give the choice to the user. So if you're in the shopping mode, you know that it's like almost like you could think about this like VPN for regular connectivity, right? You're in the shopping mode. It's yours. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that we're making it easy and convenient for you to get like a cashback or learn about like a new promotions and so on. Who would not like to get like a huge discount on a purchase that you're making, right? So it's but then quite often you have to think about this, like, okay, can I get a discount on this side or on this? We do this automatically. So when you shop, you will see quickly whether on a particular shop you can get an offer or a discount, and then the only thing you do is just you do the things how you've been doing before. But once your cashback is approved, you will get it directly to your Defy wallet, where you will be able to use it the way you want.
I got it. So it's the convenience of being tied all together, within the browser, and it's the added level of privacy as we shop. How is Opera getting those rewards? Did you build your own reward network? Are you tapping into other reward networks?
So this is like something that we are building with partners. We're working either directly through partners or through affiliate networks, similarly to like similar programs that are on the market. But this is about like the offers. What we plan is to build like the most extensive catalog of global cashback and global offers as we move forward into the future.
That makes a lot of sense. And obviously for merchants, they're interested in obviously tapping Opera's, almost 400 million users, right?
Yes. So like if you think from the, let's say, market perspective, like what merchants or shops would be able to do, like they can be present on our platform, and they could also get themselves promoted on our platform, which may be actually interesting given like some other changes happening on the market, like basically third-party cookies being altered, how they work for advertising and so on. So we might be also creating some alternatives for that.
And what about like core financial services, banking, checking, like that? What's Opera's position on not just shopping and spending, but also maybe a little bit more broader financial services?
Yes. So as Opera, like we've been always focused on innovation, ease of use, and that has been a theme for our browser development for many years. Many of the things that you see in the browsers today actually were invented by Opera, and we want to take this attitude and vision also to the financial world, which means that we're not just launching, like for instance, as a first step, cashback in the browser, but we're getting it connected directly with the digital wallet. And that follows some of the acquisitions that we have done last year, where we acquired Pocosys, a core banking company, and we started acquisitions of PocoPay, the financial institutions, or Fjord Bank, that both have licenses allowing them to operate in Europe. So we start with EU, European Economic Area. It's a huge market, by the way. It's like if you think from e-commerce side, it's more than $700 billion worth market, expected to grow double digit in 2021. So it's a right place to start. And as a browser, we have like more than 50 million users in Europe. So I think we're at the right place. But we would be offering this digital wallet application will be coming with the current account with MasterCard, debit card, and people can use this card for online purchases or through Google Pay for offline purchases. They can also do transfers, and in the future, we will be launching more functionality like consumer finance management, savings, credit, investment opportunities. And of course, for cashback, we aim to have instant cashback, which is one of the hurdles that many cashback services have today. It is that cashback, you have to wait for a very long time. We want to actually offer it much, much faster than anyone else.
Got it. And it makes a lot of sense to me as a user. I use my browser to, at least on my desktop, to access the internet. It would make sense that a lot of those types of services are embedded in the software that I use to do that. And and in a way, from what I remember, 10 years ago when the browser wars like sort of first kicked off, it seemed like a lot of the browsers were headed in that direction. It doesn't seem that way to me anymore. I feel like Opera is being maybe more decisive about moving into financial services than maybe some of your competitors. Do you see at the industry level more browsers moving into financial services, or is something Opera specific?
So, like, while I cannot comment for like the plans of our competitors and so on, I strongly believe that the browser is exactly the right place. I could imagine in the near future both actually happening, browsers going into financial space, and also some financial institutions trying to go into not necessarily full browsers, but start offering like e-commerce directly in their applications. I actually see that already happening. But for the browser is better positioned for this because people already shop in the browser. People are already there. It is much easier than to take application and then ask people to change their habits and to start shopping in the application.
Are there other things you can do in the browser because of that positioning that would aid or help to promote e-commerce? I'm thinking like one-click checkout or shipping information is already embedded in the browser. Is Opera using that type of information as well?
So yes, certainly we have lots of plans here for how can we actually make the whole shopping experience better. So browsers are already a little bit helping with, for instance, providing helping you to fill in all the forms in the shops. I believe, however, that there is a lot to be done in making this process like a more automatic, especially if we can pair our browser with our Defy application. We could hopefully automate lots of this for users. So like the payments using the virtual card that we would be providing could be a lot easier than it is today if you wanted to use any other card on the market.
Plans next? You have and for Opera in terms of expanding this product or more users on it? Like what are your plans post announcement?
So yes, so we start, like I said, we start in Europe, and we will be enabling country by country. And but our ambitions are definitely global. So this brand is supposed to be like a global fintech brand. We just happen to start where we believe there is a good spot to start. But we would be going with this in two, I would say, parallel tracks that actually make sense together. So one is to offer more like better like a comfort and ease of use for user using their financial like application. So like I said, for investment, for savings, and for other things, and at the same time making it easier for them to basically shop online, to keep track of their purchases, and basically get best offers on the market, get cashback. So this is like these two tracks, they actually make sense together, but we will be working on those together. And it's like also one thing is like a worth noting, it is that what we're trying to do is like we're trying to be at the like a forefront of what people are doing where they are on the browser side. And already a few years ago we have launched basically cryptocurrency wallet, embedded this into our browsers. And we believe that especially with the recent announcements last days, this trend was also going to accelerate, and I think we're also really well prepared to bring that functionality as well to our users.
I have one last question as our interview winds to an end. When you talk about those two tracks in terms of expansion, as you launch new products, where does Opera decide to build those products yourself, and where do you decide to partner? And I guess as an extension of that, are you thinking about Opera eventually as like kind of a marketplace for financial services where you have multiple providers for some of those services?
Yeah, so basically, we know where our strengths are, and those strengths are that on the like innovation side, on the user experience side, and definitely with Opera browser users. And we are when we're thinking about building this like experiences and going into e-commerce and into payments, then we know that we need to work either through acquisitions or partnerships. Because otherwise it would take simply too much time to deliver this in a timely fashion. So this is how we started. We actually have basically a mix of partnerships and acquisitions, and this is how are we going to continue. And definitely there is a place for like a marketplace type of approach as well. So and we're actually thinking about enabling this. It's like part is of course like working with e-commerce. The other is like what would make sense in the financial application, what users would like to see there. And I don't envision that we want to build everything in-house. We actually will be like I said, working as a combination of partnerships and acquisitions.
Wonderful. Well, good luck with launch. And Krystian, thanks for joining us on the Tearsheet Podcast.
Thank you.